Okay, I think I need to invest in a phone stand because I've ventured all the way in the forest just to find this stick, which might be able to hold my phone. Okay, there we go. Right, so today's topic's been on my mind a lot. It's been playing in my head a lot ever since I spoke to this one girl. So we were talking about New Year's resolutions, and she told me hers, which was to stop caring. And now, her saying that to me, to stop caring, she meant it in a way of like, I'll wait for the wind to go. Hopefully it doesn't blow my phone. She meant this in a positive way, so she meant it in a way like, stop caring about what others think of you and stop caring about others' opinions. And then this got me thinking about a time where I really cared about others' opinions and really cared about others' like view on me. And it gave me this wave of emotion and this like big feeling that I haven't had in a very long time. Of course, don't get me wrong, I still haven't conquered people not caring about me. I am still obviously I'm still a bit self-conscious about myself, but I'd say that I'm probably slightly above average. Well, probably quite a bit above average of the normal person. So yeah, it took me back to this time in my life, and I'm going to talk about it later in this video, but first I want to speak about why I think it's so toxic. It's like kind of underlooked. It's kind of like a hidden thing that I've never even thought about before, even though it's changed my life so much. Caring is so toxic because it makes you kind of conform in a way. I mean this by like, it makes you become the person that you're not supposed to be naturally. So for example, you might drop certain hobbies, you might not pursue your dream. Like if you wanted to be a YouTuber, you might not do that because you're scared others might see your videos. And you might act a different way to which is not you. And you definitely know this, you subconsciously know this, because when you're in a social environment, you'll put on this mask and you'll feel it. You can feel it, that you're hiding your true self. You put on this mask, and then as soon as you're alone in your home, you're this completely different person that barely anybody but your closest friends have ever seen. It's so toxic because it strips you away of your true identity and your true natural self, who you were meant to be naturally, and it puts this mask on which others can feel, and this mask makes you very unconscious and very like just far away from presence. You're not in the true moment. You're constantly this act, and this act is an orchestra of emotions. It puts these emotions on you, and it's almost like a lie. It snowballs, it creates anxiety and worry. And now living like this is not good at all, and this is why many people want to change this way, because they simply can't live their life without being in their own head, without the thinker speaking against themselves. Now this mask that they put on is heavy, and it is, I've done this before. I'm going to talk about my experience with it. I've done this before, and this mask can absolutely strip you of identity and completely manipulate you and change you without you even knowing. Now, in society, teenagers and like freaking even adults, I mean, everybody does this. We all get manipulated to this one big toxic thing. If you're not doing it, then you're weird. You know, some people may find it weird that I eat raw meat or drink raw milk, or that I don't really think water's, I think water's a big nothing burger. They might find this super weird because all their life, this information they've been fed is through societal norms. And societal norms is gonna absolutely cook you and make you unnatural. So that's why it's so toxic. I wanted to just speak on why it's toxic. Caring about others' opinions will make you conform, easy to manipulate, and it will ruin your life. You simply can't live your life to its full beauty. You can't do the things you love, you know. You become this different person. You being fake yourself also puts you around these fake people, these people who've got the same mask on you, and it's all a big act. Everyone's in their own bubble, very self-conscious of themselves, when in reality, it's not this way at all. So, I'm definitely not antisocial at all. I'm very social. I'm definitely very social. I'm more social than I've ever been in my life. Used to not be able to talk to people, now I can. Obviously, I'm not the best at it, but you know, I'm getting there. So I'm not antisocial at all, but the more I've kind of went away from societal norms, the more like this caring has stopped. A prime example of this is haircuts. Now the ugly mask inside of me and the metaphorical mask I was putting on was projecting on the outside of me, and I look nothing like I do now. I'd look nothing like my natural self at all. I look super unnatural, and I was not at my full potential at all. And I put a photo up. You can see this buzz cut look, the skin faded buzz cut look. Absolutely everybody has the skin fade, and this is in my area. It might not be in yours, but this is in my area, and I was conforming. I looked like everybody else. It was like if you were to go to the army and you were to see everybody freaking bald or like short hair. That's what it is. Metaphorical mask I put on was projected on my outside, and that was the ugliest I've ever been. That's the most unnatural I've ever been, and that's the saddest and probably depressed I've ever been. So now I feel like I've introduced you to the toxicity and why caring matters so much. It's definitely underlooked. I'm not antisocial at all. Of course, I'm probably the most social I've ever been. I speak to a lot of people, every single gender. I speak to every age. I used to not be able to do that, but now I can. But the more I've kind of went away from societal norms, the more I've started to not care. And you know, there's this correlation. For some reason, I like to use graphs in my examples, so I'm going to use graphs. There's the correlation of happiness and not caring. So the sun's coming through right now. But yeah, there's this correlation of, as soon as I've stopped caring, my life's became this great thing. It's absolutely wonderful. I've become more conscious and present. I'm doing the things that I love more, and I've got rid of that whole act. And now I'm my complete natural self, with the natural emotions I'm meant to feel, and I'm the most natural I've ever been. Okay, so I feel like I've explored holy aura. I feel like I've explored my area, kind of my local experience of this, my observation of this. But now I want to go to a lot broader term. I want to go to a lot. I want to relate to as many people as possible in society. So I'm going to do this by using examples in which hopefully absolutely everybody in this video can relate to. So the first thing I want to talk about, and the first negative of caring, is looks. Looks maxing and Blackpill at its absolute peak. Right now it's at its peak because everybody's the most insecure they've been and the saddest they've been. They will scroll and they'll consume this TikTok, and they'll walk around, they'll look at other people, criticize their looks, and then they will think they'll do the same back. And now, of course, looks maxing and Blackpill can be a very positive thing. I'd say I'm going to admit it, right? I'd say I'm actually in the community, but I'm in the right side of the community. There's a very bad side of the community where it becomes very negative, and it can just destroy your mental health completely, like absolutely obliterate it. And this looks, whether you're in Blackpill or you're not, is something that everybody is feeling today in today's society. And now this is because we care. We care about being judged. We care about not having ideal ratios. We care about being ugly. So hopefully that's a big one that you can all relate to. Yeah, so you're probably good looking, but you in your head, it's all in your head. You're not. Everyone's looking at you. You're being judged. Hide away. Don't talk to people. Stay in your bubble, stay in your lane. That is what you think it is when it's not at all. It's not this. Moving on from looks, behavior. So behavior, see, this is definitely a regional thing, but I can only explain in the terms of what I've seen. So vaping, drugs, that's a big thing in my area, and I conformed to that at one point, and there's many people who've conformed to that and haven't escaped yet. I'd say your looks, being self-conscious and insecure is the first number one thing that a lot of people care for. The second thing is behavior, the clothes you wear, the brands you wear, the shoes you wear, what everybody else is doing around you. Are you doing that? Are you fitting in? Are you conforming? And this is definitely a big thing regionally, and especially in my local area. But I need to stop talking about my local area. I need to connect with you, and I need to find out more about you. So, where are my dogs? Let me just quickly, okay, they're fine. This is a big thing, especially people my age. We just seem to like, our behavior completely changes, and especially when we're around different people. Maybe there's groups of people, and you've seen this yourself, you've experienced this yourself, where you might go to a group, you'll be a different guy. You go to another group, you'll be a different guy. You know, these constantly personality switching, behavior switching. All of this is just so bad, and unfortunately it's freaking working so well. Just look at brands, for example. Everybody wears these brands. And it's sad to see. It's almost like one big freaking, it's like societal norms are just this like one big marketing thing for profit and money. I mean, it is kind of funny. I've been there, so I'm allowed to criticize it because I have been there, and it is very sad. I delve into my experience personally, and then I'm going to talk about some other anonymous people personally. So I think I've discussed this already. A big thing in my area is to vape, do drugs, etc. And I fit into that. I played that personality role. And to go even more deeper in it, this personality role was trying to be freaking gangster and roadman, if you know what that term means. A roadman is basically a degenerate who's on the streets and thinks it's cool, who wears balaclavas and poses up constantly. Shit's very embarrassing, I'll be honest. That is pure conforming at its finest. I was an absolute slave. I'll try to find some photos or some videos of me being an absolute twat, conforming, feeding into the manipulation and purely just being an absolute idiot. You know, I ruined myself at that time. I ruined my development, but not only that, but I ruined the people around me. I built fake connections, fake friends. You know, all of it was a pure big waste of time, and I'm here to stop you from doing it, please. At the time, I thought I was the coolest motherfucker, the hardest motherfucker around, when it wasn't true. And if I was to keep going down that route, I'd probably be dead or unhappy, because the truth is, this caring sucks us into a deep hole, this deep spiral that keeps getting deeper. We shoot ourselves in the foot, we dig this hole deeper, we conform more, we start to care about others' opinions more, and this makes us become this natural, and it takes us further away from that natural state that we were always meant to be in, this natural person who we are meant to be. It takes us far away from that, and it strips us of our identity. Of course, social medias, the media, freaking everything, just everything around us plays into this. The societal norms, the information you've been brought up with from your parents. It's this cycle that keeps getting passed on. And I'm not going to get into the reason why this happens, because I know exactly why it happens and I know exactly why they do it. But if I do see it on YouTube, I'll probably get sniped. Through these bushes right now, or the satellites might freaking obliterate me with a freaking laser beam or something. But yeah, I know why they do it. I'm not going to get into it now, but yeah, everybody's just trying to be as similar as possible, wearing the same things, being the same person, same behavior, you know, etc, same haircut, the list goes on, same hobbies. And yeah, I dropped the things I love doing. So for example, I used to love to bike. I freaking love doing jumps, and of course I love doing this with my dad, and it made me so conscious and present, being in the moment, having to maneuver through the trees. Of course I know that it is kind of stupid, but I love it, and to this day I still love it because that's what I've been raised with. And I stopped doing that with my dad. I stopped seeing my dad because I was becoming this person who I was not meant to be, and this kind of, wow, it's very sad now I'm saying it out loud, actually. So yeah, I completely did not see another part of my family because of who I was becoming and my priorities. That I was prioritizing these people that did not care about me at all, and put me in a really bad place. So I used to bike, but instead of biking, the me who cared about others' opinions didn't want to do that anymore, and he wanted to sit in his local town and do absolutely nothing with his life. Like absolutely nothing. I was so brainwashed, and partly the emotions that I feel towards myself in the past is why I want to help people now, so you'd never have to go through what I went through, because in all honesty it's fucked up. This mass brainwashing we're going through is so fucked up. Half the people I speak to, I'm going to vent actually, half the people I speak to aren't themselves, they still have this mask on, they're still afraid of judgment, and I can feel the energy, I can feel the consciousness. They're not truly there, they're not them true selves, the childlike selves, the playful selves. They put on this mask, whether it's my local area of being hard, of being strong, or it's like, you know, they're just not themselves, and it's depressing. I talk to many people who are just like extremely, you know, crazy, genuinely brainwashed, and they look at me like I'm the brainwashed one when I start to talk to them about how I like to spend my time in nature or how I like to record videos. And this is crazy to them, and you know, they're so brainwashed to the point where they think I'm the weird one. This happened in my job too, my freaking job. Yeah, they used to like make fun of me and shit for like this stuff. Of course, now I know that it's not smart to talk about it to people who don't want to listen and who are too far. It's not smart to try to get them to change. The ones that are closed-minded, the ones that aren't open-minded, because that truly just leads down a route of, you know, if like he was in a ditch and I was helping him out, he's pulling me in the ditch with him, if you know what I'm trying to say with that metaphor there. Yeah, so I'm here now on YouTube to help the people who want to help the people that want to be helped. So I'd say that's as far as I want to go down my experience with it, but I want to move on to somebody else's experience. Let's say you're this very pretty girl, right, and you've got extremely good features, right? You're absolutely perfect and there's nothing wrong with you at all, okay? But you don't show this off. You don't ever feel how beautiful you actually are. You never feel appreciated or loved or liked, because in your head, you care about others' opinions so much that you might view your area around you, or society itself might view beautiful in this different way, and this way that's like you're not meant to be, this unnatural way, and you might be so mentally like hurt by caring of others' opinions that you follow this way and become something that you weren't meant to become, and this whole standard that doesn't exist and is very sad, and it strips away, you know, your natural beauty. Like, imagine you are this absolutely beautiful woman, but you've changed the way that you act and the way you look and the way you carry yourself, all to fit in with society. And maybe in that societal sphere of absolutely fake people, all depressed, all sad, anxiety people, you may slightly fit in or slightly get this feeling of matter, when in reality you don't matter. Whereas people like me who are more natural and who are more conscious, they can see this and they can see right through your mask, and they can see your true beauty, this beauty that's never ever been appreciated before, or that's never ever been... Fuck, this is such a deep topic. It's making me upset. It's making me so upset, okay? I'm going to be honest, it's making me upset because there's so many underappreciated people out there, like women and boys and like men, you know, that have never ever truly been appreciated, because the whole life they've just not been the, like, you know, like, there's just very insecure and self-conscious women out there that shouldn't be that way, and society's done that to them, and I hate society for that. Because why? It literally makes their existence suffering. They can't escape their mind, they overthink. Even when they get home and then they might not become their true selves. This might be a parasite stuck to them, you know, and this might resonate with them, and it's just it's a fucked process, and people are just so underappreciated, and you can see this by the leaping fucking insecurity that's like coming out of everybody. Like, there is seriously some people out there who are very beautiful, but they've never felt that in their lives. They've never felt what they're meant to be feeling. They're feeling, in fact, the complete opposite, a complete juxtaposition or contrast. Okay, I'm gonna move on to another example. Let's say you're a fucking really strong, athletic, and big bodybuilder. You aesthetically look brilliant. You have been your whole life grinding. Your life has been about the gym for the past 5 years. You've put all your energy into this be in this gym, in this gym persona. You've went through people making fun of you. You've went through people doubting you. You went through this doubt, and you've became this person on top. Okay, you've got a brilliant physique. You're a lot better than when you started, but it's still not enough. It's still not enough. You have done this for your life, and it's still not enough. Why is it not enough? Because you care too much. You have this excellent physique, yet you won't take off your top. Because it's not enough. Because you care about others' opinions. You care about what people think. And this is endless. You will, in the next 10 years, you will be the same unless you change now. In 10 years, you won't take your top off because it will never be enough. You may be genetically this absolute freaking Greek god, marbled, chiseled, lean guy, and you still may feel this this feeling of like, I'm not enough. I'm not enough for society. I don't fit in. I'm not good enough for everyone. And this absolutely freaking will kill you. I've seen it happen to people. Currently know people that are going in it, and my job here is to take them out. I'm gonna explain how you can kind of come out of it. Of course, it might not work for you because we're different, but this is what worked for me. So this is the best advice I've got. I'm gonna give you everything I've got, okay? And I'm sorry if it's not enough for you, okay? Because I really want to get you out of this hole that you're digging yourself into. The first thing I want to start by saying, which I know you've heard many people say, but the world isn't how it actually is. You're not being judged. Everybody around you is not judging you. In fact, they're judging themselves. You've got to think everybody around you is like you. They're in this mindset of constantly guarded and shielded up, in guard, you know? They're constantly in that frequency. They're in that, everybody's in this own bubble. Now, I go to college and I look in college and I see everyone doing this. While other people may be blocked off and shielded from the truth, I walk through college, I literally just walk through, and I can see that nobody cares, nobody's judging you. A lot of people think opposite to this. A lot of people may, for example, if someone looks at you, they'll think about that the whole day. What were they thinking about me? What's wrong? Have I got something on my face? What's wrong? Do I look ugly today? Like, what, you know? And that's the type of shit that can easily be avoided if you just get in your head that not everything's like this. And of course, it's easier said than done. But this is the first step that I took. The first step that I took to stop caring was to literally just remind myself that everybody around me is not this. They're not on a pedestal. They're not superior to me. They can't criticize me, because to criticize someone, you know, you have to be freaking okay yourself. And these people are not okay. They're depressed. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to fit in. I just want to be my own person, the person I was naturally meant to be. Leo! The person I was actually meant to be. This is where I'm going to find true happiness, you know? I'm not going to find happiness in freaking constantly just... It's like your brain's like a sponge, and it's like all of this thought and all this negative energy is just water, and it just makes the sponge all soaked up and all wet, and it just doesn't allow for happiness to shine through, you know? And this all stems from caring. So if you can just completely remove that thought of like others looking at you, and of course it's so much harder, right? But if you can literally just remind yourself, and little steps, trust me, one day you're not just going to one day come walk and just be completely fine. It's little steps through the way. So you're going to literally just remind yourself that these people fitting in, conforming to society is not the way you want to go. It's not how you want to be. You want to be your true natural self, because your true natural self is true happiness, true emotion. You'll become true conscious, true presence, all of these things. Whereas if you become this unnatural self, this conforming, you'll become this absolute worry ball of mess, and you'll be too deep into it. The deeper you go, the harder it is to get out. Of course, you need a very good mentality to get out of it, because it is such a strong and such a good... It is such a good... What would you even describe it? Like a good method to get people into this little game that you're playing. That they're playing anyway. I'm not playing that shit. Not anymore. But yeah, it's just remind yourself, you know, these people who I'm looking have also got their mask on. They're not the same people. They don't care about me much. I don't matter. I'm kind of, you know, I don't matter. I'm gonna put an image up. There's this way of like nothing matters, but then there's one of like nothing matters. You know what I'm talking about. I want you to kind of feel that way. Obviously you do matter, but you know what I'm trying to say, okay? You aren't this glowing ball of like, everybody look at me and criticize me. You're more of this glowing ball surrounded by like just dull metallic, you know, people. And if you're watching this video, you know, you're already one step ahead of absolutely everybody else. The second word of advice I'd give you is to take the criticism constructively. So bring back your hobbies, bring back these things you used to love, do them, follow your dream, make YouTube, do whatever you wanted to do, make a website, be a game developer, do esports for absolutely all I care. Do anything that you love to do personally, and when you receive criticism, take it, okay? Don't take it in a way where it's gonna change you negatively, but in a way that's gonna change you positively. An example of where I've used this is the gym. You know, when people criticize you, you can put more in. Maybe if you're freaking, I don't know, if you have a hobby like fighting, you can put more in. If you have a hobby like dance or something, then you know you can put more hours in, you can put more time in, just because you want to prove them wrong. And now of course this might be a bit toxic at the same time, but it's definitely better than the hole that you were in before, and you can easily get out of this hole of like pushing more, like using their energy and putting it into like whatever you're doing, this hobby that you love doing. It's a lot healthier and it's a lot easier to get out of than completely abandoning everything you love. So I'd definitely say bring your hobbies back, take criticism constructively. This might be harder for females, it'd be very easy for males, depending on the masculine energy in your life. If you've got a good masculine energy, I'll go into that another time. Too much for now. Yeah. You know, this is really me trying to give all I have to you, everything I've used to you. Now, it's so unfortunate that I can't just bring you out. You know, I'd do it for you if I could, but it takes this mentality, and it takes strength, it takes energy, and I'll be there all the way through. I'll be there with you. I'll support you. If you want to comment, if you want to like call me or anything, I'll freaking be there. Because right now I'm feeling super emotional about this, because I've been talking about it so deeply, and it's been in my head for so long. I'm letting it all out. It's all flooding out of my mouth, and now it's slowly coming towards me. It's making me a bit emotional. I'm here for you absolutely every step of the way, and I might make a part 2 of this when I find out more ways to get you out of this hole, to get you out of conforming. That's going to be it for today. Been on this dog walk for 2 hours now. I absolutely love nature. Spend more time in nature, of course. That will completely, it won't allow worry to arise at all. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to release a part 2, and I hope I can give you deeper advice that you may not know already. You know, these 2 things that I've just told you has worked for me, and that's all I ever needed. But see, for you might need more, and I'm gonna find more for you, okay? But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Even if I get 10 views on this video, you know, them 10 views, so worth it. Goodbye, guys.